on that front of a life is a life, and I mean, obviously, the entire pro-choice movement is about that, right? That life begins at conception, and that while there may be some empathy for what a mother goes through carrying an unwanted pregnancy to term, that doesn't justify the snuffing out of that life. Um, you've got some other rationales out there that are worthy of a moment. Hannah Navarro on The View goes out there, and this is her justification for why abortion needs to remain a right. And this is how she explained the need. Charles, listen.
I am not anybody to tell you what you need to do with your life or with your uterus. And because I have a family with a lot of special needs kids. I have a brother who's 57 and has the mental and motor skills of a 1-year-old. And I know what that means financially, emotionally, physically for a family. And I know not all families can do it. And I have a step-granddaughter who was born with Down syndrome. And you know what? It is very difficult in Florida to get services. It is not as easy as it sounds on paper. And I've got another step-grandson who is very autistic, who has autism, and it is incredible. And their mothers and people who are in that society, who are in that community, will tell you that they considered suicide because that's how difficult it is to get help, because that's how lonely they feel, because they can't get other jobs, because they have financial issues, because the care that they're able to give their other children suffers.
Wow. She's on CNN there, not on The View. Obviously, she's a contributor there. So it's really hard to raise autistic children, and therefore abortion needs to remain legal on demand. Your thoughts?
I mean, there's no other way to interpret what she just said other than that she thinks those people should be dead. I'm afraid I find that grotesque. My mother's a special needs teacher. I grew up helping her out at work. She taught children with cerebral palsy, with Down syndrome, all across the autistic spectrum, Asperger's. And actually, that's one of the reasons I'm pro-life. I'm not religious, as you know, is because I think that there is a tendency, sometimes implicit, sometimes in the case of a country such as Iceland, where they talk about having cured Down syndrome, by which they mean having killed everyone who has Down syndrome, explicit, to suggest that we need to abort people who are different. And I think this goes to the political question as well, in that I think it would be a good idea and the right thing to do for Republican-run states to make clear that they are going to help support women who get pregnant and don't want the child.
Yes.
I think that would be a good public policy. But I would just say this because I hear this a little bit too much. One does not have to support that in order to oppose abortion, any more than one has to support, say, the building of new homeless shelters to oppose the killing of the homeless. The core presumption here is that unborn children are alive and that they are worthy of our protection. So while I do support all sorts of programs to help children and to help the mothers who are struggling to care for them, it is not the case that in order to be meaningfully or properly pro-life, one has to sign up with a given welfare agenda or the Democratic Party platform or whatever. The case here is that life is precious and it's worthy of protection. And I wince when I hear what Ana Navarro said there, because I hear her implying that the people to whom she's referring are somehow second-class citizens, and I just do not see them like that.
Mm-hmm. It's absolutely disgusting. I too have a nephew who's significantly autistic, and he's amazing. And it has been challenging for his parents, but they put the work in to try to help him with the issues that he's struggled with, and he's awesome. And the suggestion that a better alternative would have been to abort him because their life would have been easier suggests she has absolutely no understanding of love and how it works and the gift of a child, challenged or not.